story unfolds in a world ravaged by a deadly virus. A virus so lethal that it has turned almost every human being into a ferocious zombie. But these are not ordinary zombies. They are unnaturally fast, capable of chasing down even an airplane in flight. Some are cunning enough to think beyond human logic, while others possess the terrifying ability to sniff out their targets from miles away. Amidst this apocalyptic chaos, only 2 humans remain alive. Will they survive? That's the question we dive into today. The film opens with a young boy sitting in his room, engrossed in cartoons on TV. Laughter fills the room until suddenly the signal cuts out. The screen flickers and an emergency broadcast appears. The cheerful atmosphere vanishes instantly. On TV, the news anchors deliver horrifying updates. A deadly virus has erupted across the globe, infecting people within minutes and transforming them into monstrous zombies. The virus spreads at unprecedented speed, and entire civilizations have already fallen. The message is urgent. Anyone watching must find a safe haven immediately. The boy is glued to the screen when an eerie sound echoes from the room above. His heartbeat quickens, his breath catches, and he slowly climbs the stairs to investigate, only to realize it was a prank by his older sister. Relieved yet tense, the siblings move toward their mother's room, only to find her distraught, frantically calling her husband. He is a pilot, and through the phone, he warns them. The virus is spreading too fast. Do not wait for me. Leave the city immediately and find safety, he urges. He shows them a lucky bracelet his daughter Abigail had made, and Abigail beams, finding a fleeting comfort amid the chaos. Their mother hurriedly gathers supplies, but before they can escape, shouts erupt from outside. She rushes her children into the car, but the nightmare strikes immediately. A zombie ambushes her. In the chaos, Abigail hides beneath the car, helplessly witnessing her mother and younger brother fall victim. The zombie, unable to detect the small girl, departs, but horror strikes again. Her mother is now a zombie, advancing toward Abigail. At that critical moment, a mysterious man arrives, like a guardian angel, shooting her mother and saving Abigail. Then, the man sees Abigail's younger brother beginning to transform. He tells Abigail to cover her ears as he mercifully ends the boy's life before the virus can claim him. Fast forward 10 years, humanity has been decimated. Cities once illuminated with life now lie in ruins, crawling with zombies. Abigail has grown into a skilled survivor under the watchful guidance of Jack. The man who saved her, Jack, has trained her to fight zombies, and without him, she would have perished long ago. Over the years, their bond has grown strong. Abigail sees Jack as the father she lost. Living alone in the forest, Abigail feels a deep loneliness and longs to find a human settlement. Jack, however, prefers isolation. One night, as they camp in the woods, a sound wakes Jack. He sneaks out, only to be attacked by a zombie. With precise gunfire, Jack eliminates the threat, and Abigail joins him. Years of hunting zombies together have made them instinctively aware. Zombies operate in packs. They sense danger nearby and prepare to move quickly. Mounted on horses, they navigate the forest, but their horses whinny in warning. A distant jeep appears, with a lone human struggling against zombies. With humans so scarce, Abigail and Jack know they must save him. Jack also wants to test Abigail's skills, instructing her to shoot the approaching zombie to gauge her aim. In her haste, Abigail's bullet strikes both the zombie and the human survivor. Jack scolds her, but quickly finishes off the dying man to prevent any further risk. They scavenge useful supplies from his vehicle, but soon more armed survivors arrive, suspecting Jack of foul play. Before a confrontation escalates, a pregnant woman intervenes, ordering the armed men to stand down. But the forest suddenly erupts with a torrent of zombies. Faster and more numerous than ever armed, the group fights desperately, but zombies overwhelm many, picking off one survivor after another. Realizing they cannot escape on foot, Abigail helps the pregnant woman and her husband into a car while Jack drives them through the forest. Only 4 humans remain alive. The zombies, relentless, pursue them. Abigail asks about their destination. They learn the survivors aim to reach a place called Shiptown, a safe haven with remaining human settlements. Abigail is elated. This is where she has always dreamed of living. Jack warns her, however, that he has seen no such settlement in 10 years. Suddenly, the car breaks down. David, the pregnant woman's husband and a mechanic, attempts repairs. But without proper tools, they are forced to continue on foot. After a long trek, they reach an abandoned society. Tall buildings stand in eerie silence. Carefully, they inspect the area and decide to spend the night. They light a fire and share a modest meal. Abigail converses with the pregnant woman, learning that Shiptown is real and contact has been established via radio. Abigail's eyes sparkle with hope. Meanwhile, Jack sets traps and examines a map, planning their safest route. Jack intends to separate the group for safety, but Abigail insists on staying together. Worried for David and his wife, Jack reluctantly agrees. However, they are unaware that the black-faced zombie, a deadly predator, has tracked them to the abandoned city. The next morning, Abigail flips through childhood photos when a rustle in the trees signals zombies infiltrating the area. She rushes to warn the others, pursued by a zombie, but skillfully escapes up a staircase. Jack arrives just in time to save her. The black-faced zombie and its pack fall into traps. Jack set the night before, eliminating many threats. Abigail recalls a small airport her father had worked at and convinces Jack they can reach Shiptown faster by air. Initially skeptical, Jack allows the plan. At the airport, they find a small airplane in a garage, long unused. David repairs the aircraft while Jack and Abigail gather supplies. Zombies approach rapidly. Abigail takes the pilot's seat. Using the knowledge her father once taught her, Jack defends her, shooting zombies on the runway. They manage a narrow takeoff, but the engine fails mid-air due to long disuse. Jack crash lands the plane into a tree, sustaining minor injuries, and the plane is ruined. Forced to continue on foot, they reach a deserted train station, 2 days from Shiptown. Grateful, the pregnant woman thanks Jack, who recounts his harrowing past. 10 years ago, he was forced to kill his wife to save their lives after the virus turned her. Since then, Abigail has been the only person he will protect at all costs. David, bitten but not yet transformed, plans to sacrifice himself for his wife and unborn child. They continue their journey, navigating danger with careful strategy. Eventually, they encounter a scientist who appears helpful but harbors sinister motives. He controls zombies with a device and has imprisoned his zombified wife. Experimenting on her for control over the undead, David discovers he is infected but slows his transformation, gaining a chance to protect his companions. The scientist attacks, but Abigail, Jack, and David escape in a vehicle. Pursued by zombies manipulated by the scientist, David stays behind to hold off the horde, sacrificing himself. Jack, Abigail, and the remaining survivors reach Shiptown, where human settlements exist. Snipers provide cover, and they are ferried safely into the town. Abigail discovers a new life is possible, witnessing the birth of David's child while Jack continues protecting her. life slowly rebuilds amid remnants of humanity. However, danger is never far. The scientist attempts to seize control of zombies in Shiptown, but Abigail, seeing the black-faced zombie, the zombified father from her childhood, acts decisively. Using her courage and quick thinking, she neutralizes the threat. The scientist falls victim to his own creation. Abigail and Jack embrace, surrounded by the remaining survivors, ready to build a new society. The film ends with hope prevailing over devastation. Humanity, though scarred and diminished, has a chance to rise again. Abigail, Jack, and the survivors look toward the horizon. A new settlement and a new beginning. And that was the story of Zombie Apocalypse. Last Survivors. A world torn apart by infection, a girl who lost everything, and a man who became her protector. In the end, it wasn't just a fight against zombies. It was a fight for hope, for survival, and for the last spark of humanity. If you felt the tension, the fear, and the emotion of this journey, then make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And if you love intense cinematic stories like this one, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because we've got even more thrilling stories coming your way. Stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat till the very end. Tell us in the comments below. What would you do if you were the last human alive in a world full of zombies? Would you fight or would you run? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay human.